Spurg. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard, unleashed, unapologetic,
unfiltered, raw. In the game. This is the Outlaw Sports Show.
My little special Outlaw Sports Talk.
With your host, Spurg.
I'm your guy, Spurg. You don't know what the hell I'm going to talk about. As you heard, unleashed,
unfiltered, raw.
Welcome to Outlaw Sports. I am your host, Spurg. We have a big show tonight. I have a very special guest coming up tonight, and his name is Dr. Jeremy Housewright. He just wrote a book called Meet Gertrude, the ballpark dog. Gertrude goes to the ballpark. We'll be talking to him about his book here a little bit later on in the show. But where do we start and what do you want to talk about? Because there is a lot that has happened over the last few weeks of sports stories. You have the MLB going on. First, you know what? Yeah, let's start it with the MLB. Let's start with our baseball. The Seattle Mariners are in the playoffs against the Toronto Blue Jays. Game 2 is going on. Seattle, if I'm not mistaken, is up 1-0, and they're actually leading they're leading the game right now 6-3. Before I came down into the studio, they were winning. A woman, I know you're watching. Will you bring me down to AAA batteries? For some reason, my mouse is not wanting to cooperate with me, and it keeps dying for some reasons. The Mariners ended a 24-year drought in the game. It was a 5-hour, 15-inning game to where the Mariners go on to play Toronto. But, I mean, if you look at this right now, I told you guys who was going to make it in the American League. I told you who was going to make it in the National League Series, Dodgers and Brewers. They did it. They're coming up. But, man, what does it mean for it is 7-3 with Seattle winning right now. Game 1 starts tonight for the Brewers and the Dodgers at the Brewer Crew Stadium. But what does it mean for the Seattle Mariners with such a young team, not a very expensive team in payroll, determination? What does it say about teams that spend the money. Because that's the big thing is we're like, oh, you got to spend money. You got to spend money. You got to spend money to do it. But if you look, all of the payrolls, I mean, the Mariners are 15th in payroll. In payroll. And they're in the American League Championship going against the Blue Jays right now. If you look at it. Thank you, you lovely, lovely woman. These are the only ones? These are only ones? These don't work that well. Oh man, I can't be, you can't be picky. I don't know why I'm picky. I mean, let's look at it. The only other team, I mean, Toronto's there. They're 5th in payroll at $239 million. And then, I mean, God, you go all the way down. I mean, the Dodgers are there with $321 million. Blue Jays at $239 million. Then you got Seattle Seattle at 16th at $146 million. And we go all the way down to number 23 with the Milwaukee Brewers at 115. Guys, I mean, this is just absolutely absurd. I mean, let's look at this. The teams that have been doing it, right? Okay. The teams that have been doing it with the Mariners and, the Dodgers and the Yankees and all of that. Yankees are out of it. I mean, hell, the Mets didn't even make it, and they had the highest payroll in all of baseball. They didn't even make the playoffs. They blew it. You blew it. They blew it. Didn't even make the playoffs. They choked. The best team in baseball over the last since the All-Star break was the Brewers. And look what they did. Just unbelievable. And now they're sitting here going for going with a chance to go into the World Series and all of that good stuff. I mean, look, if you're a baseball fan, right now is a great time to be watching baseball. Right now. Because it shows that, money doesn't buy you a championship all the time. I mean, when's the last time the Yankees won? I mean, yeah, the Dodgers won last year. Okay. And, and they had almost $300 million payroll, right? Yeah, $321 million. Well, I mean, Ohtani's, got a $68 million deal and all of that stuff. But, I mean, maybe it's time that we start looking and start rooting for the underdogs here. I mean, I'm telling you right now, I'm rooting for the Mariners and the Brewers. Those are the two teams I'm rooting for. I mean, yeah, it'd be great if I could see the Blue Jays there. I'd like to see the Blue Jays there. But, I mean, I'm okay with the Mariners making it. I'm okay with it. I said it was going to be the Mariners and Brewers anyways. So it's going to be interesting to see how this goes. I mean, as of right now, what inning are we in? Let's check, shall we? Let's check. We're in the middle. We're in the bottom of the 6th, and it is 7-3 Mariners. Randy Ozuna, Carl Riley, Julio Rodriguez. This is a good team. It's a good team. I mean, one of my favorite guys, J.P. Crawford. I'd love to see Crawford get it. 24 years. And the team makes it to the championship. So you can't be mad at it. It's going to be a great time to watch baseball. And all that good stuff. Now, the question is if you're a baseball fan, how does the Brewers fare against the Dodgers? Well, I mean, let's not get it twisted, man. I mean, the Dodgers might be the best team, one of the best teams in baseball. You know, tonight you're going to have Blake Snell going up against Aaron Ashby. You know, I mean, the lineup, it's going to be interesting. A lot of great players. You know, everybody is rested. I mean, I'm a Tommy Edmonds fan. I'm a Jorge or a Shohei Ohtani fan. You know, the Brewers it's just going to look, you know, I mean, if you're looking at the money lines of this, Brewers at 130 money line, where the Dodgers are at 174 with, you know, total runs at 7.5. So it's going to be interesting to see how this works out, you know. I mean, you got Hernandez for the Yankees, who has 90 RBIs in more games than he's played, whereas he's only played in 6. So it's going to be interesting to see how this all plays out for these two teams and stuff like that. Now, in other news in baseball, the Padres manager Mike Schmitz, whatever, announced his retirement today from the San Diego Padres. Now, this is something that this man has done, and for some reason, the Cardinals decided we gave up on this guy. But for the first time in Padres history, Mike Schmidt took the Padres to back-to-back 80 or 90 game winning seasons. First time it's ever happened in their history. You know, he had just signed the extension. You know, he still hasn't said why he's retiring. Fans in San Diego are pretty pissed off. I mean, I would be too. If you're sitting there and you're coming back, you signed this big contract, and then you decide to change right at the end of your contract, and you leave, and not looking forward to any other things. I mean, could this have been a player issue? Could it have been a front office issue? Who knows? But if you ask me, I'm going to say it's just that the dude's old and he's done. Dude's old, been in the league for a while now, you know? He's just done. He's sitting back enjoying his money and all of that good stuff. You know, I mean, you got fans sitting here saying he's retiring or just tired of explaining his bullpen decisions. Say what you want. 90 wins back-to-back seasons. 90 wins back-to-back seasons. I wouldn't be complaining if I was you people. You have a damn good head coach. Yet you still want to complain. Or a manager. You know, I mean, he had a great career as a manager. One of the best. You know, 2 winning seasons, and he's done. Just unbelievable. But hey, that's just baseball. When you've been doing this as long as he has, you're just tired of it. You know what I'm saying? You know, and Manny Machado, whether you want to love Manny Machado or whatever, Manny Machado did something that only a few players in Major League history has done. And he got 2,000 hits. He achieved 2,000 hits. You know, just an amazing feat as a baseball player to get 2,000 hits. You know, we sit here and we're like, everybody's like, oh, baseball, it's so boring and all blah, blah, blah. Yeah, but baseball might still be one of the most purest sports there is in the world today. You're only talking 297 players in MLB history. 297 people. Mind you, of all the players that have played in baseball, there's only 297 of them that have achieved more than 2,000 hits. You have 5 players right now in MLB with Freddie Freeman, Jose Avave, Andrew McCutchen, Paul Goldschmidt, and Manny Machado that have over 2,000 hits. Listen, guys, you have a ball that's about this big around. You have a guy standing 60 feet, 6 inches away from you. And he's throwing a baseball at you. It comes to you faster than your eye can blink. And you have to make contact. To get 2,000 hits. It's pretty damn impressive, if you ask me. Pretty damn impressive to get 2,000 hits in a major league career. Not a lot of guys do it. Get to that point, 2,000 hits. So congratulations to Manny Machado for 2,000 hits. Well, that's it on the baseball talk. I mean, other than that, it's really all I want to talk about in the baseball talk. But, we got some other big news. In the football world of the NFL, UFL, all of that stuff. Now, some of you guys might have watched the game last night against the Detroit Lions and the Kansas City Chiefs. There was a little fisticuffs, altercation. Professionals just can't be in professionals. Heat of the moment. People being crybabies and all. There was an altercation where 2 men got into a fight. Brian Branch, it was determined by the NFL front office and all that stuff up there in New York that Brian Branch was the guy who started the altercation. He has been suspended for 1 game. I mean, come on, guys. Listen. You guys are professional athletes. I understand that in the heat of the moment stuff, you go, all the manly BS and all that stuff. But you're in the heat of the moment. You lose the game. And then you want to start a fight. I get it. I get why you do it. But now you've suspended and lost the game. Just that simple. I mean, come on. Why are you going to be an idiot? I don't like the way I sound that way. So I'm going to go back to this way, boys. Boys and girls. Ooh, I like the way that sounds. Much, much better. I like it. But why? You're a professional athlete. Yeah, you lost the game. You get paid millions and millions of dollars to get angry and upset. Sure. Okay, sure. Let me tell you something. I get angry and upset and I'm getting paid millions of dollars and my team loses. Guess what? I ain't going to be mad. Now, maybe if like you cheap shot me or something like that, that'd be a different story. But, I mean, come on, Mr. Branch. You didn't get cheap shotted. You was just being a baby. Your team lost. You got beat by a better team. Listen, I'm not a fan of the Chiefs, but they're starting to get back. They're getting Rashid Rice back. They got Worthy back yesterday. This team's going to be fine. As much as I hate to say it, the Chiefs are going to be fine. Plain and simple. Okay, so Amanda wants me to talk about this. So I want everybody out here watching their opinion. Tua. We all know who Tua is, right? Okay. So Tua decides he's going to have a press conference. Okay. Now, this courtesy of ESPN. Listen, the Miami Dolphins are horrible right now. Horrible. 1-5. They might be as bad the New York Jets right now. Okay. But as the quarterback of your team, you should be saying certain things. And this, in my opinion, now this is courtesy of ESPN. Let me get to it. But in my opinion, this is not what you should be saying.
Yeah. Well, I think it starts with the leadership in helping articulate that for the guys, and then what we're expecting out of the guys, right? We're expecting this. Are we getting that? Are we not getting that? We have guys showing up to player-only meetings late, guys not showing up to player-only meetings. There's a lot that goes into that. Do we have to make this mandatory? Do we not have to make this mandatory? So it's a lot of things of that nature that we got to get.
Now, see me like right here. Arlington said, Tua straight dried snitching. Now listen, ladies and gentlemen, here's how it works, okay? Now, Amanda has a different take on it. Amanda said this is all about the head coach, and I agree. It is about the head coach. The head coach is the top dog on this team. But who is the number 2 dog on this team? The number 2 dog on any team in the NFL. It's the quarterback. It's the quarterback. Tua, you're part of that upper leadership that you were talking about. You are the leader on the field and in the locker room. Again, it goes back to Tom Brady. Tom Brady didn't allow that stuff in New England. I mean, look, Arlington, whose leadership is horrible? Is it Tua's, or are we talking about their head coach? Because to be honest, I think both their leadership is horrible. I think both of their leadership is horrible. Look, we can hate Brett Favre all we want. Brett Favre was the leader in the locker room. All right, Arlington says Tua. Brett Favre was the leader in his locker room. Aaron Rodgers, leader in his locker room. Peyton Manning, leader in his locker room. Eli Manning, leader in his locker room. Tom Brady, leader in his locker room. Josh Allen, leader of his locker room. Hate him or like him, Lamar Jackson, leader of his locker room. Josh Allen, leader of his locker room. Again, this is what I've always said about Alabama quarterbacks. They're horrible. They're horrible quarterbacks. They have no leadership skill. None whatsoever. None. You serious? Make the argument that Aaron Rodgers isn't a leader. Just because Aaron Rodgers is a weirdo and we don't like his philosophy doesn't mean he's not a leader. I mean, look what he's doing in Pittsburgh. They've only added one other player besides him, and that was DK Metcalf. But we're not talking about on and off the field. We're talking about on the field. That's what Tua is saying, on the field. Got to communicate on the field. Look, I'm not a Kirk Cousins fan, but Kirk Cousins was a great team leader. Was a great team leader in Minnesota. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. Tua, if you're going to be a team leader, okay, you're right. I'm talking about offense. Offense, not defense. Offense. They didn't really have an No, Tyreek Hill's not a leader. There's no leader on that team. There hasn't been a leader on that field and in Miami since the great Dan Marino. That's it. Last time there was a leader. What? Okay, here we'll go. What is a leader in football? We'll see what they say. Is a leader of football. I don't know. I don't think Tyreek Hill was the leader. Nah. I don't know. I mean, Arlington, okay. Okay, you can say that. But damn, Dan Marino was good, dude. Dan Marino was good. It's kind of hard to say he wasn't. You know, here, a leader leads by example, communicates effectively, demonstrates Joe Montana was definitely a leader. I forgot about Joe Montana. Definitely a leader. Okay. Motivates and inspires. Makes smart decision. Prioritize the teams. I mean, it's true. There's a reason why he's Joe Cool for a reason. You're right. Matt Ryan was a leader. Phillip Rivers was a leader. Dante Culpepper, a leader. Tua is not. Does Tua fit any of these examples? In my opinion, no, that doesn't. Here, I'll give you it. For coaches, the head coach oversees strategies and staff, while specialized coaches is focused on specific roles and skills. I don't see their head coach. No, Arlington, stop it. Dante Culpepper was a leader. Stop it. I don't see their head coach being a leader. It's Miami is a very, very terrible team right now. They have no leadership. I mean, look, you look at it right here. There is a new team. There is a new Cleveland Browns in the NFL. Okay? There is a new Cleveland Browns organization in the NFL. Reggie White was a leader. I will give you that. Reggie White was a leader. But yes, there is a new Cleveland Brown. And the team is just a few hours away from us, named the Tennessee Titans, because they just fired their head coach today. Now, mind you, they fired a coach named Mike Vrabel, who had winning seasons, won the division, took him to the playoffs. Now he is in, and, you know, I feel bad for Mayo. What is this? JR, we're going to talk about that. JR says, yo, got a call from my Battlehawk rep today, and it's only October. Well, I mean, listen, we've been telling you that Rapoli's been the guy. They got just, let's just say this. Let's talk more in December and January about this league coming up. But me and Arlington will talk more about that on Thursday. But the Titans just fired their head coach. Now, you know, I feel bad for Mayo because he didn't really get a fair shake in New England. But I have a feeling the reason why it's because they did want Mike Vrabel, right? But Brian Callahan is gone. And you got Mike Vrabel coming into Tennessee. What a hot team right now, named the New England Patriots. Mike Vrabel was like 55 and something over his time in Tennessee, but yet you fire him. You can't figure out who your quarterback is. You have a bunch of young quarterbacks that you just got. You got Cam Ward now. You can't figure out, you know, you got Malik Willis, you got Will Levis, and now you have Cam Ward. You don't even know who the hell your quarterback is. So they're starting to get to that rotation of the Browns where they don't know who the hell their quarterback is. I mean, the Browns have had, 17,000 quarterbacks since their inception of the NFL? There you go, JR. Thank you. We'll see you Thursday to talk UFL stuff. So, I mean, Tennessee, to me, I mean, Casey, you're right. The Patriots might drop 40. I mean, Tennessee is not a good team right now. Not a good team. Vrabel's got New England playing really, really well. Drake May just had his season. But now you're going to bring in a new head coach in Mike McCoy as the head coach, as the interim head coach for the 23. Casey, I was joking. I know it's been 23 quarterbacks since 1996 for the Browns. I mean, look, the Browns had their quarterback, but he's gone. I'm going to get to that here in a few minutes. And at 6:45, we are going to have Dr. Jeremy Housewright joining us about his new book, Gertrude Goes to the Ballpark. You know, I mean, look right here. I like Drake May. He's incredible. I like Bo Nix. But, I mean, Bo Nix is doing good. I mean, listen, I got some stuff to talk about on that. Wait, where was I? Okay, here I was. So, I mean, listen, you fire your head coach. You're bringing in an intern head coach. I don't get what Tennessee is doing down there now. Maybe they're getting ready for UFL football with Louisville because it's only a few hours away. You know, well, actually, no, it's more than that. Tennessee to Nashville, Tennessee to Louisville, Kentucky. Yeah, it's a decent drive. But maybe that's what they're trying to do. They're getting ready for UFL football. I doubt it. But anyways, you know, I don't get, you know, what they're doing. But now you fired your head coach, and now you have a chance for Jeffrey Simmons to be going possibly to the Chiefs is the way they want it to be. Yeah, so I don't get what is going on down there in Tennessee or whatever, but who knows? It's Tennessee, it's Nashville. I think the water in Tennessee is kind of corrupt or something. I think it's a lot of, I don't know what it's got. It's got a lot of goofy stuff in their water down there, and I don't think half of them don't have a brain cell anyways. That's just my opinion. I mean, look, there's the rumors. I don't know if it's a serious trade, but there's the rumors that it could be happening. So who knows? Who knows if it's a serious trade? It's Tennessee. They fired a great head coach. You know, in case he goes, I genuinely believe the Titans would lose to stop it. Stop it. There ain't no way the Titans are losing to a UFL team. What's wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Stop it. There ain't no... What? There's no way. Courtesy of WWE. There ain't no way that they're...
Shut up! Tell me who the number is! You're wrecking my life!
That is wrecking my life. That comment is wrecking my life. What is wrong with you? You know, and other NFL news, one of my favorite players just went down with a season-ending injury, and I don't know how this team is even still sitting where they're at with all of the injuries that they have and all that. Other than I could say Mac Jones is playing some really, really good football. And I don't see how you can give Brock Purdy his job back because he hasn't done anything to lose the job. Mac Jones hasn't. But the 49ers just lost Fred Warner to a season-ending ankle injury. Fred Warner, a big part of this 49ers defense, and he's gone now. Just unbelievable. I mean, the 49ers have just keep losing people left and right. Yet they still keep winning somehow. Or they have a winning record. I mean, yes, I know they lost last night, but they still have a winning record. It's just unbelievable. Unlike me right now in our NFL picks, I don't have a winning record. I'm a big loser. You got today's game right now as we speak. The Bills and the Falcons are up 7-7. But I mean, we look at this, and I'm going to go to it right now. There are certain people right now in the NFL that are just out surpassing everybody. And I mean, again, I don't know what the 49ers are doing sitting at 4-2. Listen, we sit here and we blast on Kyle Shanahan, talk about how he's a bum and all that as a head coach, yet he still got this team winning somehow. Somehow. Still has this team winning. You know what I mean? They're sitting there in first place tied with the Rams Seahawks. With the Rams and the Seahawks. And again, Sam Darnold doing it again. I don't know how he's doing it. And all that good stuff. Don't know how he's doing it, but he's doing it. But I sit here and I look at these teams and I look at these players. If I have to go 6 games into the season right now, the MVP and the Offensive Rookie of the Year are all on one team right now. One team. And that is the Tampa Bay Bucks. Hey, Browns, how foolish are you looking right now that you got rid of Baker Mayfield? Huh? How foolish are you? Because if you ask me, you're kind of looking a little stupid. That's just my opinion. Again, it's my show, my opinion. That's the only one that matters. Right? The Bucks with Baker, Emrick Abuke. Yeah, he didn't have a very good game because he left halfway through with a hamstring injury. But right now, what this kid has been able to do in the league is just unbelievable what he's doing right now. Right now, he is hands down the Rookie of the Year in this league. Hands down. I mean, give me another guy right now who is a better rookie right now than him. There isn't one. There literally isn't one. 6 games, 27 receptions, 42 targets, 469 yards, 17.4 a catch, 5 touchdowns, 77. I mean, no lost fumbles, nothing. Kid's good. He has stepped up from Mike Evans being out and all of that stuff. The kid has stepped into it and all that. I mean, there might be the other kid, the one with the triple name. He might be doing it, but right now I'm sticking with Baker Mayfield. I mean, right now, who would have thought Baker Mayfield would be possibly the best player in the NFL right now? Who would have thought that? Nobody would have thought that. We wouldn't have thought Baker Mayfield is the best player in the league. Name me somebody better than Baker Mayfield right now. You can't. You can't do it. You can't do it. You can't. Baker Mayfield right now, the best player in the game. Now, you could go with Daniel Jones, but really, who have they played? Who's Indy played? They haven't really played anybody. Yeah, they're sitting there at 5-1, but who has Indy played? Who knows? Nobody really. They haven't played anybody. You know, I mean, to be honest, the biggest disappointment in the NFL right now, in my opinion, the team that is the biggest disappointment right now is the Baltimore Ravens, in my opinion. That's big. Okay, you know what? I'll take the Ravens out. Stop. I'll take them out because they don't have their quarterback. Okay? I'll take them out. They don't have their quarterback, Lamar Jackson. So I'll take them out of this. Let's see. The most disappointing team, in my opinion, in the NFL right now. Man. Wow. You know what? Yeah, I'm going to stick with it. I'm going to stick with the Ravens. Even though they've lost Lamar Jackson, they still have Derrick Henry. They have Zay Flowers. All they need is somewhat of a decent quarterback. Cooper Rush ain't that bad. And he would be throwing little, dumps and stuff like that. Like Geno Smith, who's actually doing pretty damn good with his little dump passes and all that good stuff. No, I'm not making no picks. We're doing that on Thursday. No, I'm just telling you who I think is the most disappointing team right now, Arlington. And it's the Baltimore Ravens is the most disappointing team in the NFL. Now, with that being said, I think the team that is the most impressive. Where's the good doctor? He was supposed to be here. And he's not here. Nope, there he is. He's popping in now. There he is. All right, so duly noted. All right, so I will get back to on Thursday who my team is that I think is the most impressive team. But first and foremost, I want to put this up right here because my next special guest just wrote this book, Gertrude Goes to the Ballpark, and he has a book signing in Columbia, Illinois from 10 to 2. It is The Good Doctor. Sir, how are you today? And thank you for joining me. Hey, look, I got my own show, Outlaw Sports Talk.
Yeah.
Would you believe that? I'd be talking about sports by myself.
Hey, good for you, man.
All right, good doctor. Let's get to it. Okay. First, give some people a little bit of background about you because you wrote 2 other books before.
Yeah. I've before this book, I wrote 2 nonfiction books. For the Love of the Show, Pro Wrestling Fans Tell Their Stories, and For the Love of the Show 2, More Stories from Pro Wrestling Fans. Mm-hmm. And so this is a bit of a departure. I don't have kids. Well,
you have a fur baby.
Yeah. And that's, she's kind of the basis of this book. So, I just thought, why not give this a shot? And thought I'd try something different. And I kind of had the idea because of, her and us spending time together watching baseball. And so I thought, why not? I thought, it'd be a cool way to tell a different type of story, and it's a different type of crowd. It's a different type of book. So you know, I figured why not give it a try.
Now, it's funny. So the whole story of this is based on the take your dog to the ballpark thing, right?
Yeah,
Which
yeah, that is
that's a
true.
big thing here in St. Louis is taking your dog to the ballpark. Now, you
Right.
said you have no kids
Mm-mm.
and you have the English Bulldog, and that's who this is based on. Where is Gertrude? Are we going to get to see
No, she's
Gertrude?
upstairs.
She's not
She's
making an
upstairs.
appearance tonight.
No, no.
I'd
She's
much rather talk to Gertrude than you.
yeah, she's waiting until Saturday.
Is that what it is? So
Yeah.
now your grandpa used to take you to a lot of Cardinal games as a kid,
Right, right.
right?
That
And
is
now
true.
I noticed something in the background behind you, right?
Uh-huh.
And I'm gonna pull it up right here.
Uh-huh.
Actually, let me pull up her baseball card because, okay, what gave you the idea for the baseball card idea?
Um, so I'll be completely honest. There is another children's book out right now called Oh Olive.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I'll actually be appearing on her show. Her name's Kelly Lamb, and she has a talk show with her husband, and they do a hot or not show, and they're inviting me on the 22nd. But she did a book called Oh Olive. Um, shoot, something about being afraid of a thunderstorm,
Okay.
and it was about her English bulldog Olive and how she overcame her fear of a thunderstorm. And I actually did a story on that book, and it turns out she is turning it into an entire series. She has a new book coming out in November where Olive is then overcoming her fear of a grade school bully, and it's really cool. It's way different than my book. Um, it's a different concept, but I kind of got the uh, inspiration from Kelly's book. I thought, Kelly wrote about her bulldog Olive, also an English bulldog.
Right.
Um, why not write about my English bulldog? So, in a way, I kind of got the inspiration from that.
Okay. Now I'm not. I don't want to give up the whole book because I got the press release.
Mhm.
Well, it's you take Gertrude to Busch Stadium
Yeah.
to celebrate baseball and dogs and to make some unforgettable memories, right? So
Yes.
I'll ask you that. Like, were any of the memories of your grandpa that you had with your grandpa going to the ballpark, or any of those memories kind of in this book, or any
Yeah.
based on it?
Absolutely. My grandfather took me to my and you're that it's funny that you mentioned that because I was just coming up when I was working out this morning, I was coming up with kind of the new um approach to promoting the book, and I actually put the first ad out this morning for it, and it's do you remember your first Cardinal game? And so that's how I'm going to kind of really promote the book, is getting people to really think about their first Cardinal games. And I think what I'm going to do is actually get some interviews with people and have them talk about their first experience going to a Cardinal game. Um, but my grandfather took me to my first Cardinal game when I was probably 7 years old. And the thing is, he hated baseball with a passion. He hated it. He could not stand baseball players. He thought that they were all a bunch of overpaid sissies. Um, you know, but he took me because he knew I enjoyed it. And we would get the cheap seats up in left field. We'd go on the businessman special, which was, Thursday afternoons
Mm-hmm.
when seats were, $3 or $4.
Uh-huh.
And this was Busch Stadium 2.
Right.
And there were days when we were sitting up there all by ourselves, and we would just sit up there and and laugh. And we had great times. We would go to 20 games a season. And, I never forgot those times. I can remember seeing players, from Ozzie Smith to Willie McGee to Ray Langford, to Brian Jordan. We spent a lot of time over at Busch Stadium, and those times were very, personal, and they meant a lot. And yeah, so when I was writing this book, I did draw a lot of inspiration from that. And one of the things that I really thought about was when I take Gertrude in the book to the stadium, the first thing she really thinks about is how big it is in real life compared to what it looks like on TV. And that's one thing that I really wanted to get across in the book, is how, you know, big and lifelike I wanted it to look in the book, even though it's a cartoon and, animated kind of. I wanted it to look real. So that's why I really used my photography to go off of, with the art. So, but yeah, I can remember my first time being at the old Busch Stadium and just looking up and seeing the cookie cutters around
Yeah.
the top, and just being amazed at how big it was. And then, you know, every time we'd go, having to climb the not steps, but just going up the inclines around and around and
The the,
around,
the
because
uh yeah,
you
the
know
train, the concourse.
yeah, back then we didn't have the escalators
Nope.
like they do now, so we'd
Nope.
have to make that climb.
Yep.
And I never forgot that, them big concrete inclines, and of course, since we
Right.
sat all the way up there, we'd have to make every one of them.
Yep.
So I never forgot that. And, so it was things like that that stood out to me when I was making this book. And, I actually found an old photo of me and my grandpa when we were going to a game. I had my little Cardinals jacket on and a Cardinals hat. And I actually thought about putting that in the book. I did an animation of it with Gertrude, and it's us sitting in left field. And I wound up taking it out at the end of the book just because I didn't feel like it fit.
Right.
I kind of wish I would have left it in now, looking back at it, but I still have it. I have it on my phone and I look at it. It's pretty cool. But it's one of those things that it could have went either way. I could have left it in, but then I'm like, well, I don't know if it really would have fit. But
You need something for the second book.
yeah, that is true. You never know.
So one thing that I about this book is, it is take your dog to the game. It's called Gertrude. It's called the Bulldogs Big Day at Busch Stadium. Gertrude goes to the ballpark, right? Or Gertrude goes to the ballpark. A Bulldogs Big Day at Busch Stadium.
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Now I've never been to a ballpark when they had a bring your dog day, right?
Uh-huh.
So I'm going to assume that you have been there before, because I've
Yeah.
noticed one thing is Gertrude gets into a hot dog eating contest.
Yes.
Now, did you do that before? And you're just using your experience for Gertrude, or did you actually see that one time at a ballpark?
No. Gertrude loves meat. She loves hamburgers, bacon, hot dogs, and corned beef. So,
Oh, dog.
it was originally going to be hamburgers, but I thought hot dogs are universally like the food of choice for a ballpark, so I went ahead and stuck with hot dogs,
Right.
and they just fit better than hamburgers. And then there's a particular photo in the book that really stands out of her with a bunch of hot dogs in her mouth, and it just would not have worked with hamburgers. So Yeah, but yeah, she loves hot dogs and hamburgers, so that's why I went with that. It wasn't anything that I've experienced. I have been in the ballpark when they've had the dogs there. Not here in St. Louis, it was in Kansas City. Um, and it was pretty cool. It was interesting to see how the people kind of interacted, because all the dogs had to sit in a certain section.
Oh,
And
really?
yeah, they only had certain amount of tickets in a certain section. So, because they didn't want the dogs crapping all over the stadium.
Well, right. Yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
that way they kept them all in one spot. So if they had accidents, it was only, to one spot. Um, but they were very well behaved. I mean, people generally brought their dogs if they were well behaved. I didn't see anybody with dogs that were like out of control, crazy.
Right. Yeah. All right. So the book is Gertrude Goes to the Ballpark, a British Bulldogs big day at Busch Stadium. Now, the one thing in here you say that it's a lot. It's really good for young kids, right?
Mhm. Yeah.
You're gonna have like little games and fun facts and stuff like that in there.
Yeah.
So just to give people a side note, me and you know each other. And I was like, well, I've got the new show. You got your event coming up this Saturday
Mhm.
from 10 to 2. And as I'm reading the your press release, so let me ask you this. You have a background in education as long as with writing and all of that stuff.
Yes.
How does and this is this more of so like this is a picture book, correct?
Yeah.
Well,
Correct.
how would this book translate to a child that has special needs or autism or something like that? Is this something like a family like that? Is this something they could get, and what would that kid experience through this book?
That's a great question. I actually shared this with a high school group of special ed kids last week, and they actually really enjoyed it. And I shared it with a high school group of regular ed kids as well, and they enjoyed it. I think everybody will like it. It's a children's book, but it has a overall theme to it of, friendship and being loyal to each other and um, supporting each other. So kids are going to learn those lessons along the way and the importance of being kind to each other. Um, and then you mentioned the back of the book. I have a couple different um, extra pages in there. The one is how to behave at a baseball game. Gertrude's etiquette on how to, behave when you're at a game. And then the other one is just some Gertrude's top five facts about the Cardinals that people may not know, like a little bit of trivia. So
Interesting.
yeah, like five little trivia questions. So, um, and a couple of them I actually didn't know at first. So, um, yeah, like I said, it was fun to do. I honestly think that what's cool about this book is I could take this entire book and take the Cardinals aspect out of it and replace it with the Mariners or the Cubs or the Pirates or the Yankees, and it would be exactly the same. And that's what's cool about it is, and who knows, maybe it could turn into a book that all 32 teams or 30 teams could have. I could very well see that happening. Or um, I've already thought about another book with Gertrude. Um, there is a piece of art that's already been worked up of her on a St. Louis Blues Zamboni, wearing
Oh
a St. Louis
God.
Blues jersey with a Cardinals cap and eating a cheeseburger as she's driving the Zamboni down the
Ugh.
ice. So We might have a Gertrude Goes Blues book next. Who knows? She's not into hockey though.
Good, smart dog.
She does watch football with me, so we might have a Gertrude Goes to Arrowhead. I don't know, but baseball is her thing. She enjoys it, so we might just stick with the baseball theme.
All right, so let's talk about this. You get to meet Gertrude this Saturday, October 18th from 10 to 2 at Three Tails Parlor and Pantry, Columbia, Illinois. What is the address? Because you don't have the address, bro. You missed the address on here.
Oh, shoot, man. You're catching me off guard here. Hold on.
Oh.
Let me pull it up. I have it here on my phone.
Because you're going to be doing a book signing event with yourself, and you get to meet Gertrude. Now, will Gertrude sign the book? Or sign the baseball card?
We are working on having Gertrude sign the books in advance. She will not be signing that day, but she will be pre-signing them, hopefully. We are working on that. Actually, I have it all set up. So the address of that establishment, Three Tails, is well, it just says North Main Street, Columbia,
225
Illinois.
North Main Street, Columbia, Illinois.
There you go.
So, okay, so at this book signing event, what is it that people will get to do and all of that stuff? We know they'll get the book.
So the book,
what else will that include?
The book will be available for $15, and I will sign it. It should be signed by Gertrude, and you also get a exclusive Gertrude baseball card with that. And you can get your photo or your child's photo with Gertrude while you're there. And also Three Tails is also that day going to be doing a couple other events at the same time. I'm actually looking to see what they are. One is actually a pet birthday party. So there'll be some specials going on with that. And they're going to have a bunch of specials on dog beds, which will be kind of cool. And they're doing a, here it is. They're doing a October 18th Halloween Pawty is what they're calling it. Pawty. 20% off items, and they're going to have different dogs there. You can bring your dog, things like that. So that'll be going on too. And so there's going to be a lot of stuff going on that day at Three Tails. It's a really cool place in Columbia. If you know where the old Lantern restaurant used to be, it's now a Mexican restaurant. It's I believe it's right across the street from that.
It is, because I was just over there making a delivery. It's at 225 North Main Street. All right, good doctor. Tell people where they can find your book. Where can they find Gertrude Goes to the Ballpark, other than this Saturday at Three Tails Parlor and Pantry?
So you can go on Amazon, you can go on Barnes & Noble, you can go pretty much anywhere books are sold and get one, or you can get me on Facebook, email me, jeremy.houseright@gmail.com. If you buy it personally from me, I will sign it. I will have her sign it. I can ship it to you. It'll save you a couple bucks overall. And that's probably the best way to do it, honestly. Or you can catch me at some other appearances. I'll be at a couple baseball card shows coming up in Washington, Missouri, St. Louis, possibly the Toy Man Toy Show coming up in November. So I got about 4 or 5 appearances. Oh, and Barnes & Noble in November in Fenton I'll be at.
That's right.
I got about 4 or 5 appearances coming up for the book that you'll be able to catch me at.
Well, I'm gonna have to go get a book, but I'll see you Saturday, so I'll probably get a book from you Saturday. Well, hey, look, I'm in overtime. I only do an hour, so I gave you my last 15 minutes, and we went a little bit over, but that's okay. I don't care with that. One last thing. Before we go, you have the 2 other books.
Yes.
So tell people where they can find those on top of Gertrude's new book.
You can find either For Love of the Show 1 or For Love of the Show 2, again, on Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or, again, reach out to me personally. I'll make sure you get a copy. I usually have a few with me wherever I'm at, just in case somebody comes up to me and wants a copy of those as well.
All righty, sir. Well, thank you for joining us. Well, joining
Yeah.
me today. Oh, I'm going to go watch the Bills because they're the better team in the AFC right now.
They were getting beat.
Huh?
They were just getting beat.
Are they losing?
They were.
Ah, dog poo-poo. You're right. They are losing. Dang it. All right. Well, oh, yeah. Well, I'm going to go watch wrestling, too. I got to go watch.
Already watched it.
Oh, that's right. It was on today, wasn't it?
Just watched the very end, man.
Well, I was at work. Some of us had to work instead of write books.
I worked today.
Instead of being an author and having to write books, some of us actually have to go out and get a real job.
I know.
All right, man. Dr. Jeremy Housewright, thank you for joining me, bro. I appreciate it. Best of luck with Gertrude. Goes to the ballpark right there, guys. Again, he's doing this Saturday from 12 to 2 at Three Tails Parlor and Pantry, 225 North Main Street. Go out there. You get to meet Gertrude, the ballpark bulldog. You get to have the book signed and get to take pictures with Gertrude and all of that good stuff. Good doctor, thank you for joining me. I
Thanks for
appreciate
having
it,
me,
buddy.
Yeah, man.
Right.
Thanks for having me.
Yep, I'll talk to you.
All right, man.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, with that said, this is the end of Outlaw Sports Network. Again, guys, go to the book signing this Saturday from 10 to 2, Three Tails Parlor and Pantry, 225 North Columbia Street, literally right across the street from the Mexican restaurant, as he said. With that being said, boys and girls, I am out of here. I will see you guys on Wednesday to talk more sports and all of that good stuff. Other than that, tune in tomorrow for Arlington Show, the A Train, right here on X Fan Show. Then Wednesday, you tune in to me on Outlaw Sports. And then Thursday, Arlington Show again at noon. And then we do the good one, the X Fan Show. Well, Michael, I messed up on my graphic. It's not a network. I messed up on my graphic. I didn't like the one I used last week. So I will fix it, Michael. I apologize. I will fix it, Mr. Lathrop. Boy, he's always up my butt. And his brew team. I'm gonna see if I can get Michael to come on Wednesday to talk about the Brewers series. Other than that, guys, I will see you next Wednesday. Or this Wednesday.
But I never learned to cage what burns inside. Spurg in the building, let's ride. You want the sanitized version? The court proved to approve. Right now we're breaking every rule tonight. Raw truth, no filter. This is how we unleash. Can't contain what I release. Unleash. Breaking chains, I find my face. They try to box me in four walls, paint me picture perfect for their halls. But rebellion runs through my veins like fire. Every rule they made just fuels desire. To speak the words they don't want heard. Push boundaries with every single word. This stage is mine, my voice, my choice. Nobody silences this rebel. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Can't contain what I release. I'm unleashed. Unleashed. Breaking chains, I find my face. You think you know me? Think you control the narrative? Watch me tear it down, bound and back my way. Every scar tells a story. Every battle makes me stronger. I will bow, I will break.